So Decidueye is going to be in its Hisuian form in the 7-star raid, and it is going to be a grass Tera. So it's going to be a grass fighting with that grass Tera type, making it stronger. Most likely going to be an adamant mint or adamant nature, because it does have a very high physical attack stat. Special attack, not so much. So during calcs, we are going to be leaning into a Swords Dance set, because looking at the moves, it does have quite an array. It does have Brave Bird, something like Sucker Punch, Close Combat, Triple Arrow, because Triple Arrow is its signature move from Hisui. So being a fighting type move, that's going to be probably one move that's definitely going to have, since it's going to be its signature. Now keep in mind, its ability is going to be Scrappy, which it's its hidden ability, so it can actually hit ghost types with those fighting type moves. So Triple Arrow will actually be able to hit any ghost type you're trying to use. Now, Solar Blade is a very strong grass type move, being powered up by that Tera, and his stab can be very dangerous. It is the highest stab move that he does have for grass types. He could be running like a Terra Blast or something, but all the calcs are going to be going off the strongest sets. Then he does have something like Shadow Claw he could be running, but we don't really have to worry about that. I don't think it's going to run that. But for the status moves, this is where it gets interesting, because it does have access to Rain Dance. It does have access to Sunny Day. So it could be setting a weather to go ahead and hinder us. If it's a grass Tera, you would think you would bring a fire type, but if it has a Rain Dance, then it's going to be weaker in the rain, and he's going to be able to hit you a little bit more, but you will want to change the weather. Feather Dance is going to be a move that is hindering physical attackers. We do have some physical attackers, but being able to knock off a taunt will help you immensely, because that will hinder and lower your physical attack stats. Swords Dance is going to be the typical boost 2 times to your physical attack stat. So we could be something like that, like the Cinderace we used to have. It just constantly bulked up. This one could constantly Swords Dance, get a +6, and just start sweeping. So that's a quick overview of what Decidueye could be running. Let's go ahead and jump into those counters. Now, starting off with one of my favorites is going to be a support for Alolan Ninetales. It is brought in the DLC, so it can be transferred over, which is amazing. And it is the Ice Fairy type. I love my Ice types, so you know I had to check this one out, because it does have the ability to hold a Light Clay, and it resists a lot of those moves and helps you set up. So this is going to be a support set. With the moves, you're going to be looking at an Aurora Veil. That's going to be very big for Alolan Ninetales, because what this move is in one turn, you can go ahead and set up a Light Screen and Reflect in one, which is going to be very big to help mitigate damage coming in against you. Then you do have Blizzard. You are an Ice type. You're going to be boosting your physical defense stat now in the snow. So being able to set your own snow, knock out an Aurora Veil, being able to start firing off 100% accurate blizzards against a grass type is very big. So that is going to be your main, attacking move. Make sure you PP that up. It will have more than 5 when you do that. Then we do have Chilling Water, being able to lower the target's attack stat. So if the Decidueye is a physical attacker, you go ahead, you have your screens up, which is amazing, and you can start dropping those stats. Next up is Fake Tears. Fake Tears is going to be an amazing move, being able to harshly lower the special defense stats. If I was going to go in there with my Ninetales, I'm going to go ahead turn 1 Aurora Veil, because I should have snow. Now you can go ahead and get Snowscape on this, so if it does go ahead and change the weather, has like a Rain Dance or a Sunny Day, you can set your snow back up, no problem. Make sure I got that Aurora Veil off, then I would start firing off some Fake Tears, lowering that special defense stat, and then firing off a massive Blizzard. Those are a good way to run this, and you do have Chilling Water there to go ahead and lower that physical attack if it is getting out of hand. Some other moves you can be looking at here is like a Draining Kiss to heal up, Helping Hand, Nasty Plot, Calm Mind, anything like that. If you're going to run a boosting move, I would highly recommend running a Nasty Plot. Now, very importantly with this, for the move, you're going to want Snow Warning. What Snow Warning is going to do is set up snow. So your Aurora Veil will constantly never fail in snow. If it is any other weather, it will have a chance to set. Normally it doesn't set, but in snow it does. So being able to do that is amazing, getting both screens off at once. For that spread, we are going to be looking at a 78 HP, 100 defense, and 252 special attack. Special defense is 80, I put a little bit of bulk in that special defense just to help this be used in other raids. So if you do want to take this into other raids, it can be very handy. We did gloss over the item. The item you want to use is a light clay. Light clay is very good. It boosts your Aurora Veil turns from 5 to 8, so you get some extra turns there. You could swap that out for like a Shell Bell, a Leftovers if you are having trouble healing. Now, that is Alolan Ninetales. That's going to be one of my favorite. That's probably the one I'm going to be bringing because I love my ice types. Let's go ahead and jump into Ogerpon. Now, this is going to be Ogerpon. It's going to be a physical attacker, and it is going to have that Hearthflame mask. So, you will be a grass and fire type. You will have a Terra type of fire. For the moves, we're going to be running an Ivy Cudgel, which is its signature move. It is a grass type, yet when we hold that flame mask to be that fire type, it does turn into a fire type move. This move gets to be about a 120 base power before you terrestrialize. That's just counting the boost of your moves get boosted based off just holding a mask. And then the mask actually boosts your moves even further. And then once you terrestrialize, this move can get very out of hand if you do get your Terra off and can do massive amounts of damage. It is a physical attacker though, so we will need to watch out for those feather dances. But nonetheless, it can do massive damage. Horn Leech is going to be a good healing move, which is definitely something we're going to want to be able to heal up since we do have to use our item slot for that mask. Yet it's more damage, so you do get to do more damage just already with Horn Leech with the mask. So being able to heal up with that is going to be very nice. We do have Taunt. Taunt's going to be amazing. You can go ahead and stop feather dances, rain dances, anything like that. Swords dance is going to be a big one to stop if it does have it. And then we do have a swords dance of our own we can be using to get more damage output. You do have other moves like Synthesis, which is a heal based off weather. If we're going to be running with a Ninetales, don't use it. You want to have Sunny Day up when you have that move, so you can get the most healing you can possibly get. You do have access to grassy terrain, charm, helping hand, stuff like that. This set right here though is what I'm going to be running on a physical set. This actually has a chance to maybe solo if it's set up right. So that's going to be very nice. Now, since we are holding that mask, our ability is going to be Mold Breaker. So the Pokemon's moves are unimpeded by the ability of the target. Not going to be affected here, so don't really worry about it. Then our spread is going to be a 252 HP, 252 defense with a 6 in our attack. It's pretty much a 4 in our attack because that's the last 4. We are able to be bulky, and if you are with a Ninetales behind that Aurora Veil, it helps out immensely. And then we will be an Impish Nature, boosting our defense and lowering our special attack. Being a physical attacker here, you are kind of out there by yourself because, well, we are running 2 physical attackers here and a bunch of special attackers. So you're going to have to just watch out for that. I see this being able to do lots of damage, so don't be surprised if this does actually be able to solo. Now, getting into an Iron Moth set, I do have this build on the channel, so you can actually just go to that and build it yourself if it doesn't make sense. But it is going to be a fire poison type with that fire Terra type. Booster energy is going to be its item to proc its ability. For this raid though, you could swap that with a Leftovers or Shell Bell, making it a little bit easier because that booster energy is a one-time use. And you might want to swap that for something like healing. Now for our moves, we are going to be looking at a Fiery Dance. It's amazing. This is actually the exact set I run on my normal solo runs for 6 stars. It's actually a Fiery Dance, Acid Spray, Sunny Day, and Morning Sun. Sunny Day and Morning Sun work amazing together. Now, if you are running with a Ninetales, you're going to have to watch out for that. The one thing that's big about that is if they do get snow off, make sure they get Aurora Veil off first before you change the weather, because Aurora Veil won't go away once it's set, but they need snow to go ahead and set it up. Acid Spray is going to be a great stab move, lowering the special defense stat by 2 of the opposing Pokemon. Amazing in raids. And then Fiery Dance, we are actually going to be boosting ourselves in the special attack by having a chance, so that's amazing. So each time you actually just boost your stats and can do more damage just by using the move, always welcome. This set has not failed me ever in a 6-star raid, so definitely something to be looking for because it is very, very useful. Now, this is where it changes from my solo strat setup for these. This has a Cork Drive. That ability stays the same. That's what the booster energy is for, to proc that. But unlike the solo for 6 stars where it's a max special attack, match HP, this one you're going to be wanting a 100 HP, 158 defense, 252 special attack, and that modest mint. The mint stays the same, just the spread mixes it up a little bit to give you some more bulk and more survivability. He is actually very good in the normal set as well, yet you go ahead and get a little bit more survivability out of that little branched off spread with the 100 HP, 158, and the 252. Very good. I highly see him being used a lot because honestly, he's one of my top 10 special attackers in Tera Raids, and he's amazing. Now getting on to the other Volcarona Paradox Mon is Slither Wing. This is honestly one of my favorite Paradox Mons, but he is a bug fighting type. I'm still a little mad that they didn't put the dragon type there, the bug dragon, but it's a fire Terra type on him to be a little bit more defensive. If you'd like, you can go bug, and we are going to be running that shell bell to go ahead and heal up, because being that bug, we don't like that brave bird if he does have it. If it doesn't have brave bird, run a bug Terra type, no problem, and just do whatever you want, since it does go ahead and have the chance to be brave bird. Until then, I'm not going to change it. I want to be that fire type to be able to be resisting lots of things and helping me be more survivable. Now for the moves, we do have Leech Life. It's going to be doing lots of damage, and we can actually heal up, restores half the damage taken by the target. So very good healing move. If you mix that with a shell bell, it's perfectly fine. We do have First Impressions. This move normally goes first the first time you do go into battle. So if you do have this, make sure turn 1 you just First Impression. You should go first and do lots of damage, which is very good. Then we do have Lunge, also lowers the target's attack stat. So 3 bug moves, very good, being able to do good damage there. One of them being a healing, always nice. And then we do have access to bulk up there, being very good, raising our attack and defense stats. You do have access to Sunny Day, Morning Sun, Acrobatics if you'd like. Acrobatics, if you do run that, I recommend using like a Copa Berry. So if it does have that Brave Bird, you can actually half your damage and then use Acrobatics, since once your item's used, you can go ahead and do massive damage. And he is going to have that Photosynthesis where you could be using a Booster Energy or a Sunny Day to proc that. And he's going to be a 252 HP, 252 defense, and 4 in his attack with an impish nature, raising our defense stat and lowering our special attack. I will say he does not like that Brave Bird, so watch out for that. It makes it a lot more easy if he is with an Aurora Veil, so with screens, very good. But if he doesn't have Brave Bird, I think Slither Wing is going to be able to do whatever it wants, and being able to heal yourself with super effective damage, and on the turn 1 be able to do the first move and hit real hard is going to be amazing. Now it's time for my favorite egg hatching bond. I use Chandelure a lot just to use that flame body to hatch eggs, and Chandelure is actually very interesting because it's a ghost fire type. The Terra type you want is fire. Make sure it gets a fire Terra type. I need to go get some shards real quick so I can change it. But then I am running a leftovers. You can run a leftovers shell bell or charcoal if you would like. Normally you run a charcoal and a torkoal, but here Chandelure can run it and do more damage. It depends on if you want to do more damage or heal. So keep that in mind. For the moves, we're going to be looking at a flamethrower for our main move. Flamethrower is going to be that good fire type consistent damage where that charcoal would actually boost, but doesn't matter. We have a very high special attack stat. And we do have Clear Smog. Clear Smog can come in handy here if you don't really have anything going on, and Hisuian Decidueye is just building and building its stats. What can happen is you can use this on Hisuian Decidueye if it gets some Swords Dances off and wipes its plate clean. Keep in mind, if you are doing some stat drops, it is going to wipe that as well. So watch out when you are doing this. Sometimes it is more effective to just get rid of their +6 and not worry about it's already at a -4 in special defense. If it's at a +6, I wipe that thing clean and start all over because it's going to be doing massive amounts of damage. You already get rid of the stat drops that it has, but it's easier to live a base attack instead of a +6. Then we do have Taunt. Taunt is going to give us the ability to stop that Swords Dance, which is very crucial. And then we do have Will-O-Wisp to go ahead and knock out a quick burn, which is very nice. We do have access to Sunny Day, Fire Blast, Calm Mind, stuff like that. If you want to be a more attacking, get rid of that Clear Smog, slap on Calm Mind up, and then do work with that flamethrower. You have a high special attack stat. Now finishing off, Chandelure is going to be a 252 HP, 252 defense, and a 4 in special attack. You have a massive special attack stat already, so don't worry about it. And then you will be running a modest mint to boost your special attack, lower your physical attack. Chandelure is actually very interesting. I overlooked it a little bit, and then I actually started thinking about it. It does very well into most moves. It just doesn't want to take the Solar Blade, which is very interesting. Yet, being a same type, so a stab plus Terra, that is pretty good for a Pokemon that only doesn't want to get hit by one move. Then it does have Flame Body to giving you that extra chance to burn him, which is amazing. Now, let's get on to our last Mon, which is Clefairy, which is going to be another heavy support Mon. So Clefairy is going to be a great support Mon. If you did pick one up during the event we had, it's going to be amazing. We're on a Clefairy with an Eviolite. Terra type doesn't even matter. The Eviolite gives you so much bulk. And if you are in a raid with a Clefairy and a Ninetales, you're going to know it, because you're not going to die on anything. Now for the moves, we are going to be running a Life Dew, which heals everybody, which is amazing. A Reflect, it does have access to Light Screen, so you can go ahead and run that if you need it. But if you don't have a Ninetales, go ahead and run Reflect. You can run Moonblast as a good move. You have Fake Tears as well to go ahead and lower the special defense stat. You have access to Healing Pulse, Chilling Water if you want to lower its attack stat, Flamethrower, Blizzard if you want to take advantage of that snow. So it has access to lots of moves. It even gets Helping Hand if you want. I recommend being that Fake Tears, Reflect, Life Dew. That last move can be up to you, whatever you want to do, but that is the moves I recommend. And then this is where it gets amazing because of the ability Friend Guard. Friend Guard is going to be the hidden ability. You reduce damage dealt to your allies by 3/4. So you get to just live. The way Clefairy works is if you go in there, you have Eviolite, you get to just do whatever you want. And your teammates, if you don't have a Reflect up, they still get mitigated damage against them. If you get a Reflect up, then you honestly, everybody just becomes a wall. So this is where you want to run Reflect. If you are in there with an Alolan Ninetales, I would just say let the Ninetales set Aurora Veil and you go ahead and start running Fake Tears, because your Friend Guard and Aurora Veil is gonna stack and you're gonna be massive walls, which is amazing on every side. And then your spread is gonna be a 252 HP, 252 defense, and a 4 in your special defense. You can throw that 4 honestly anywhere. I am also running a Modest Nature, boosting our special attack, lowering our attack, because you with that Eviolite and the Friend Guard alone makes you in a massive wall to where you can't get knocked out, and you can go ahead and just Life Dew the whole time or Fake Tears and not worry about a thing, because you do get to go ahead and heal everybody and lower the special defense stats. Now that is all the builds I have for Hisuian Decidueye going into this. I'm leaning into that Aurora Veil Ninetales, that support Clefairy, and then the Chandelure. I am going to be running the Ogerpon, seeing if I can go ahead and solo with it, because it might have a chance. Out of these 6, which one you are most likely to run? Mine is going to be that Ninetales, just because I love my ice types. Let me know in the comment section down below. If this helped you out, go ahead and drop a like while you're down there, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.